I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Should I
up there,
letterbox
but
that? Oh God, what did I just do right? Is that something I should do? Should I do like a Spider-Man movie ranking here? Should do that live?
Wait. So are
Yeah.
we including movies just live action? Because if we include Into the Spider-Verse, it's out easily.
I still have to watch the sequel to Into the.
I do recommend it.
It's
I enjoyed it.
Steve, save your disappointment. You still haven't given Man of Steel a fair shake, so shut
I've
your
given
mouth.
Man of Steel all the shakes. Okay,
Yeah.
Kenobi, what are your thoughts on Man of Steel? Good movie or bad movie?
Man of Steel.
Yeah.
There are things that I really liked about it, and I never thought we were going to see in a Superman movie, or at least, and for sure, not on a first outing, of a new Superman. But at the same time, I think they had, I don't want to say too much going on, but they had a lot of potential, and I felt that by the end of it, it didn't really, pan out, type of thing. I applaud them again for going with the evil Kryptonians, right? I guess plot, because like I said, I that would not have been my first choice for sort of like a reboot, re-origin, telling of the character, right? And they went for it. So I do like when it comes to Man of Steel. But again, maybe the character went very grand, very fast, right? Because I mean, you basically have several gods fighting each other, by like half of the movie.
Because he was only like 2 days as Spider-Man.
Superman.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
Superman. I agree that too. I did like some of the details with Zod. I kind of felt like I enjoyed Zod more because I remember how he had to adapt to the atmosphere. He didn't know how to fly. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, by the way, like I'm gonna figure this stuff out. And Superman was like, well, it took me like years to figure out. He's like, yeah, but you're a farmer, right? I'm a soldier. I was bred and created, designed for this. So like I know my how do you call it? I can retrain my body, whatever, like so much faster than you can. And I was like, that's just to get some cool like fighting scenes, like into the movie. So again, it's hit and miss for me. If I had to rank it, as a Superman movie, I think it did well. As a DC movie, maybe not as well. But like I said, I do applaud them for going, so deep into it. Wasn't so much a fan of the whole, by the way, I downloaded our genetic code into your bones. And the only way to get him out, and only get to get him out is to basically destroy you, because he was a baby, right? When he was, he was doing this. I'm like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like if I'm a dad, I'm like, hey, you know what? We had our time. We messed it up. That's it. My kid's gonna not have to carry on the burdens of our failed society. But no, they went completely the other way. It's like, oh no, we're basically downloading our society into you, and if anybody wants any piece of that, they'll literally gotta rip it out of you. So I thought that was maybe not the best parenting, but to be fair, he had only been a dad for like 2 minutes, so it's okay.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I'm just saying, right? There's no manual for it. Trust me. So maybe I'm being too harsh on good Jor-El, but yeah. So I was very hopeful at the end of Man of Steel for the sequel. I thought we were gonna get into the mythos quite a bit, seeing as how we kicked it off, right? But then we went into what was the second one technically, Batman vs Superman. And then we were kind of off into the woods, right, on that one. So,
well, I realized the other day I didn't have Aquaman on this list. So,
how dare you?
So, where would you guys put first, and then I will go to Man of Steel. But where would Aquaman fit on this list? I feel like Aquaman is like, in my opinion, upper 5. But
Yeah,
I maybe he
You know what?
replaces
I'm
Justice
okay with
League.
that.
So it's like 5.
I'd say it's
Yeah.
top 5.
Yeah, so Aquaman I actually enjoyed a lot more than I thought. I was thinking about it the other day because apparently there's a second Aquaman coming out after all,
Mhm.
which I got to be honest with you, I completely forgot. And and I was like, oh snap, okay. So I watched the trailer and I'm like, did anybody making this movie watch Aquaman 1? Because it kind of like, I know they can't, copyright themselves, but I don't know, man.
It's the same
Like,
movie. It's the same movie.
it kind of is. At least again, I'm hoping that there's a big old plot twist, and they're keeping the best for theaters, and they're not showing us everything. But sorry, historically, DC does not do that.
Yeah.
So from what I have seen, I'm like, so Black Manta's back. So is Ocean Master.
Mhm.
Arthur still doesn't want to be king. I'm like, I don't see it. Like, what's the? He has a kid now, which is, if anybody remembers the old comic books, that could get very dark. But
Yeah.
That's about it, honestly. But the first one was I enjoyed it. The first one was actually pretty entertaining in my opinion.
I
Oh yeah, I
realized.
enjoyed the first one way more than I thought I would.
Agreed.
Agreed. Yeah.
That was like one of the ones where you're like, okay, maybe there's
Yes.
hope for the DC universe after all.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
That and
completely.
Shazam.
Well, so that was gonna be my next question. Flash aside, right? Like I feel like I'm I acknowledge my mental insanity by having Flash, this high up. But
Yeah.
Batman vs Superman, Wonder Woman, The Suicide Squad, Blue Beetle, Aquaman, Shazam. Which one gets kicked out of top 5?
So I'll go first.
Dawn of Justice.
Yeah. There you go.
Really?
I've rewatched Shazam more than I've rewatched Aquaman. On those last ones, Blue Beetle I just watched like 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
And
Same.
And same thing. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was. And I don't know, man. Suicide Squad, or sorry, this is the Suicide Squad.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty good one. Wonder Woman, first one. I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Well, because Dawn of Justice, this is I had to put the note on there that I'm counting only the ultimate Snyder cut version. I'm not counting the theatrical. So
that's a good point.
even though it's a director's cut, are we still thinking it's not a top 5 and it's Wonder Woman, The Suicide Squad, Blue Beetle, Aquaman, and then Shazam?
That Dawn of Justice has a pretty dope Batman in it. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that like
it
one
has
scene
a great
almost,
Batman in it.
Yeah,
it almost
has a
like
great
overrides
Batman.
the entire movie.
No, I agree. I mean, just that fighting scene in the warehouse.
The warehouse.
Oh,
Yeah, but the thing is, even the
chef's kiss.
director's cut only minorly helps the rest of the movie, I think. And
Yeah.
then, like,
Yeah.
I still can't get over the whole Martha thing. Like, somebody,
Yeah.
I'm with
so a friend of mine, he had said this, and his take would be like, well, the whole thing is, I'm okay with Batman still kind of being traumatized because that's his whole shtick, but like, instead of the Martha, like, you can still kind of use the Martha thing, but there's a better way to have gone about it, to have been like where he's about to kill Superman, which also again is like, the man doesn't kill, but okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Mhm.
But, to be like, you're letting them kill her, you're letting them kill my mother, like, something, spit it out like that, like,
Exactly.
like Save Martha, then Save Martha comes out, and then you're like, and then he's just, okay, wait, what? You have a mother? What? You have a what? And then like, okay, that kind of snaps him out of his psychosis, for lack of a better word. But just like, of all the things, like we did get a lot more in that director's cut, but for not for there not to be an extended version where they just do something like that, I think is criminal. But yeah, no, I mean, I love Batfleck. I'm all
Yeah,
for it.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
wish he would have gotten way more time. I wish
Agreed.
his time in the Flash was better than what they
Yeah.
gave him in Suit.
1,000%.
Yep.
1,000%.
Yeah, absolutely.
So can we, maybe the order could be worked on later on because I just want to knock out the Spider-Man before we call it an episode. But can we agree top 5 DC Snyderverse movies? Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad, Blue Beetle, Aquaman, Shazam.
I mean,
Yeah, I think
personally,
it's
I would
pretty
put Man of Steel in there someplace, but sure, we can argue that later.
Yeah.
Kenobi.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm pretty okay with this.
Okay.
Again, maybe order aside, but
Right.
when it comes to, I guess, the top 5, yeah.
All right. So we're good on there. All right. So let's knock out Spider-Man. I was gonna say real quick. I don't know if that's possible, but we can try our best.